Something I've been thinking about doing for a while is building a sliding drawer for the basement storage on our fifth wheel. Kind of got put on the back burner for a while. Don't really know what I'm doing, how I'm going to do it yet, but we'll figure it out as we go. Let's do this. So here's the basement on our fifth wheel. It's a 300 MP Keystone Raptor, and it's got kind of a weird shape to it. So I thought some of those sliding drawers wouldn't really work too well. So I'm gonna see if I can't build one that's gonna fit just right. So now that we've got everything out, we can take a look at it and see. So pretty much all the way into the other side there, for the most part, it's right at 6 foot from the entrance or the opening of the door to where it kind of cuts back. And then, so we can pretty much make it 6 foot deep. And then this side over here is gonna be somewhere around 4.5 foot, wherever it measures out to. So it should be pretty easy. I just recently bought a flux core welder on Amazon for cheap. I was going to try to make it out of wood originally, but let's play with that, see what we can come up with. Maybe we can make it work. I've seen some drawers people make for like their truck beds where it's kind of like the bed slide thing, just homemade. So I'm going to try to do something kind of like that, but let's see what we can come up with. So this is the metal I'm planning on using for the frame, and it is just 1/8, and it's 1.25 inches. It's 6 foot long, angle iron, just bought it from Lowe's. It's pretty much just gonna be a rectangle, so it should be pretty easy, just a rectangle with a corner cut on it. So cut it with a cutoff wheel, and then just weld it back together and see if we can make it work. So if you've never used a speed square before, I'll show you pretty quick how it works. You pretty much, once you get your end there, all you have to do is, you see those numbers there, run it back until you get to the angle that you want. And so this is going to be a 45 because we need it to basically be a square on the end when we put it together. So we'll mark that with our Sharpie, and then we'll cut it with the cutoff wheel. So there you have it. That's the angle that we're cutting. It's a 45. Just need to use this old thing here. Seen better days. And that's what you get when you're done. So I'm not gonna touch it because it's really hot, but basically it's just a 45. And then I tried to grind the edge down of this side to, so when you butt it up, it's got a nice even edge there. So let's keep going. Okay, so that piece there is cut, 45s on both ends. So then we need to figure out from the door to that, where it kind of goes in and then back. Got to figure out what that measurement right there is. That way we can figure out how long this stick needs to be to then cut at a 22.5 and a 22.5, a little short section right here, to then have a little small piece that goes that way, about 1 foot or 14 inches, whatever that is. So let's measure that now. Got my stick measured out to 56 inches. You gotta think about the orientation. So like I said, we need 22.5. So there's 90 here. So that's 22.5 roughly speed square. Because we're gonna do that twice basically to make up for the difference from the corner. So yeah. All right, we're gonna have to climb in here this time. Okay. So we've got that one cut on both ends, and then so we got this one cut over here too. So basically we need to figure out what the distance is going to be from here to there, and then from there to there. All right, we figured out 16 inches was from the right angle to the front, that little short piece before it drops back. So we need to measure off 16 inches and then have one side at a 45 and the other at a 22.5. That way you can make that end piece. Okay, change of plans. Have I mentioned I don't know what I'm doing? Just winging it. So basically what we're gonna do is So I've got the right side of the drawer in there. It's already cut the way it needs to be. That one's cut at a 22.5 on that end. And I need to cut this at a 45 still. So I'm gonna finish this piece, figure out that, because that's a little bit more complicated. So once I get this end built and square, then I can figure that end out a little bit easier. So let's see if that's gonna help out at all. Okay, we're getting closer. So this side's all done. Side down there, that angle's right to follow that wall. And that right there is just another square. It's just a bigger one to find our angles. So I'm gonna use that to mark where it's gonna intersect basically. And then that long piece of metal there is gonna get cut right where that square is on top of it. And basically fold down and meet that. And we're pretty much done with the cutting part. So let's see what happens. Okay, last piece of the puzzle. Let's see how it fits. Oh yeah. All right, let's take it out, put it on the ground, and tack her on up. Let's get the welder. That's it right there, buddy. Okay, so we've got all the pieces cut out. They're laid out on the ground, and we've got the little flux core welder off of Amazon and my cheap Harbor Freight hood. And we're just gonna tag it together, and I like it. It's coming along good. So they sell little magnetic corner clamp things where the tin will, or the steel will just stick to it. I don't have any of those because I just literally just bought this thing. I've only ever stuck a few pieces of metal together, kind of playing with it. I need to get some, but I'm just going to use a square and make sure that it is as close to that outside edge as I can, or inside edge, and that's just going to help me keep it square, and I'll just work my way around. That end's going to be a little bit tricky because it's not square, or it's not 90, but we'll figure it out. We'll get it going. Might not seem like much, especially if you're an experienced welder, but my dad was a welder by trade growing up, and I don't know why, I just never learned how. Too lazy, I guess. But anyway, it's stuck together. I just gotta grind down the tack welds and then finish weld. That's done for the frame, and then we gotta figure out the sliding mechanism. So yeah, there you have it. Yeah, I like the way it's looking. Basically, it's going to sit up off the floor, and I'll be using skateboard bearings, and basically just a bolt running it through, and it'll sit up off the floor, and you just slide it out. So I'm pretty excited about it because there's a lot of stuff that you just cannot reach that gets way back there. It doesn't seem like it, but it's a pretty tall compartment, and it's pretty wide, and it's really deep. So yeah, super excited. It's coming out good. So here it is, sitting on the old rusty table. It's got a coat of paint on it so it won't rust. So we're pretty much at a stopping point now. I got to get some bolts and stuff to finish making the slider system and all that for it. But like I said, this is the first thing I've ever really welded or tried to build from scratch, and I've only had that welder for like a couple weeks, and really the first time I've used it. And if you can learn anything from this video, I'm not trying to show you how to weld. I'm just trying to show you that you can do things. Don't be afraid of it. Just make it happen. If you screw it up, start over. Doesn't matter. But yeah, just follow along with me. Check back as soon as I can. I'll get some more video posted of finishing this thing up, and maybe we'll keep making stuff. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll take it from there. But anyway, y'all take it easy.